Could you tell us about yourself,
Sure.
Michael?
My name is Michael A. Putlack. I am an American, but I work here in Korea. I have lived here since 1996, where I've taught English at a couple of different universities, and I also happen to write a lot of books. Now with Dargwan, I write a lot of listening books, a lot of reading books. I've done TOEFL books such as the TOEFL Map. I worked on the TOEFL Map series that Dargwan has published. I've written some conversation books such as English Communication 1, English Communication 2, Business English Communication 1, and Business English Communication 2.
Wow.
Yeah, and I've also...
Do you think your book has been successful here in Korea?
Yes, I think so. I know that a lot of my books have been reprinted several times. I know that, for example, English Communication 1 was printed 14 or 15 times, I think, and it's on its second edition. So
Oh my God.
it's doing quite well, I think. And I know that the TOEFL Map books are selling quite well, and I believe that they're published I know they're published in other countries as well. I'm not sure exactly which countries, but I know they're published in a couple of other, or they're available in a couple of other countries in Asia.
In China
In China, okay.
and Taiwan,
Okay.
uh,
All right.
but not published yet. They are
Okay.
preparing.
Okay, but I think we published, they were Vietnam.
Vietnam.
Right.
Right. It published in Vietnam, but that is not very successful.
Okay.
Because the government changed their policy.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
I see.
so,
Okay.
anyway.
But still, they were published in
Right, right.
abroad. The point stands.
I guess you're a world famous writer.
I don't know about that, but I think that most of the books that I've worked on with Dargwan have they've sold pretty well, and they seem to. I know they're used at Hagwons, they're used at universities, they're used at other places. So I think we have produced some pretty good books,
Mm-hmm.
and I think 8 books that are pretty good that we have are this series, the developing listening. There are 2 books in the developing listening skills.
Could you tell this later? But
Oh,
could
sure.
you tell us about yourself a little bit more, and
A little bit more
as a writer?
well, as a writer.
Yeah, right.
Well, no, I enjoy writing. I enjoy writing for adults. I enjoy writing test books. Again, like TOEFL or TOEIC or TEPS. I think that's really fun. I also like writing for children. I've written some books for Happy House, which is a children's part of Dargwan, and I have done, like I said, I've done conversation books. I really enjoy those. Those are kind of fun
okay.
because I'm a conversation teacher here in Korea. So
But you said you really enjoy writing books.
Yes.
But even you enjoy writing books, the writing,
yes,
the work writing is really difficult or hard. And I mean, in my opinion. But I always wonder how you can produce or write so many books like that.
that's a good question.
Right. Always because some topics probably you have no background, or the topic is not related to your major or
Right.
something, and then how can you conquer, or how can you manage those problems?
I read a lot.
Right, reading.
I have a very large library at my house. I have about 3,000 books.
Oh my God!
Yes.
You said you have your library in your home?
Yes. One of my rooms is a library. It has only books in it.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
That's
So-
my dream.
No, but I enjoy reading. I read many different topics. I've been that way since I was in college. I would spend my summers. I used to work in a library. I like books. I used to work in a library, and I would read one book a day.
Ah, you used to work in library?
Yes,
Oh, as a librarian?
yes, for 7 years.
For 7 years?
Yes, when I was a student. But the last year I was the director of the engineering library. I was the director of 3 libraries. In in the 7th year, I was the director of my university. I went to Tufts University. I was the director of the Tufts University Engineering Library, the Math Physics Library, and the Chemistry Library. So I worked in the engineering library for 7 years. So I actually used to read a lot of technical books and journals just because I was in the engineering library. And I used to have, sometimes I would have freshmen would ask me how to do their homework, and I could sometimes do their homework for them, and they'd say, "Wow, that's amazing! Thank you. What are you? An electric engineer? No. A civil engineer? No. Well, what's your major? History." That was a little embarrassing for the students, I think, but but anyway, it was fun to. I like to study different topics. I like to study different fields. I don't just read history books or English books. I try to read a lot of different topics.
That's why you can write all of different kinds of.
I think so.
Right.
It helps. I mean, my brother went to the same school as I, and he was a math major, and I used to go to his math classes with him. He would go to my history classes with me, and I'd go to math class with him, and just because we both enjoy learning.
Oh, okay. Now I can understand you a little bit more.
Yes.
Thank you.
No problem.